Welcome back to my channel, guys. On today I will show you how to make a delicious and moist meatloaf, guys. As you can see, we have some of the ingredients in front of you. We're going to start off by adding in our parsley, and I do have someone here assisting. Just pour all on there. So this is parsley with some thyme, guys. So we have parsley and some fresh thyme. All right, and yes, our hands are clean, so we washed our hands before we started. She's gonna go ahead now and add in some red bell pepper. We went ahead, I'm gonna show you, we already cut them into small pieces. You don't want to add too much of the red bell pepper, only because we will be adding in our Haitian epis, and we already have some in there. So now we're going to add some green bell pepper. And if you notice, we're not measuring, we're going to just eyeball. And if it looks right, then we're going to keep going. Okay, and as we mix it, if we need to add more, we'll go ahead and do so. Now we're going to add some of our chopped onions. And see, guys, they're not too big. Go ahead. For a little bit more. And a little bit more. We like onions, so that's good. And now we're going to go ahead and add our, I like to add tomato sauce to mine, guys. And this is a homemade tomato sauce that I made in the process of making my tomato paste, guys. In the early stages, just took out some of the tomato sauce, guys. So there's no salt in the sauce. No seasoning. And now you want to go ahead and add your Haitian epis. Okay, and I believe that's about 2 tablespoons, guys. And if you do not have Haitian epis, that's fine. And if you would like to learn how to make your Haitian epis, go ahead and check out my videos. I do have 2 on how to make your Haitian epis. And if you notice, mine is a little on the red or orangey side, is because I did add some red bell peppers to it. So now we're going to go ahead and squeeze some lime in there. I'm going to squeeze it so we don't get too much in there. Just like that, guys. You don't want too much of the lime flavor. I'm going to go ahead and add our seasoning. Okay, guys, here I have some roasted garlic. Right here, we have some seasoning salt. We have some of our Machan'n seasoning, guys. If you don't have this, just use complete seasoning. It's not a biggie. And also, we're gonna add some crushed black pepper. And the pepper is to taste, guys. Okay. I want a little bit more. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and give our seasoning just a little mix. Just a little mix, guys. That should be good. And we're gonna go ahead and pour it in there. And I also have 1 egg. Okay, just 1 egg. So we're gonna crack our egg. I like to crack it into something just in case there's a shell, that I'll be able to take it out. Okay. And last but not least, guys, this is optional. Well, this is not the last item, but I like to add in a little bit of milk. I would not add all of this milk, maybe just a little bit of it. Believe it or not, this is gonna cause your meatloaf to be nice and moist. And the last thing we're going to add is our panko breadcrumb. It's plain, guys. That should be enough. I'm gonna put a little bit more. Okay, that's fine. And now you just go in and you give it a nice mix with clean hands. You're gonna go in and just mix everything, guys. Everything. You give it a nice mix. Guys, it's looking good. And as you're looking at it, if you feel like you need more onions or if you need more bell peppers, this is the time you can go ahead and add it. Okay, let me go ahead and give you a look at it. It's looking fabulous. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my cutting board so we can give it shape, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, our meatloaf is ready, and my cutting board, guys, is nice and clean. Although you see the little mark here, it's just a stain that doesn't come out, guys, but it's nice and clean. So now what you would do with your clean hands, you want to go ahead and give your meatloaf a loaf shape, guys. Meatloaf is looking fabulous. It is looking absolutely fabulous. I don't know if you guys can see this. The light is not doing us any justice here, but guys, bear with us. And now, let me wash my hands. I just want to show you our meatloaf, guys. Okay, guys, it's looking beautiful. So what I will do at this time is I will go ahead and transfer it to our loaf. Let's make sure. Okay, it looks good. All right, guys, I'm going to transfer our meatloaf into our loaf pan like this. Let me move this out of the way. All right, guys. And if you don't have a loaf pan, guys, it's fine. You could just place it on a cookie sheet. It will work just as fine. All right. All right, guys, here is our meatloaf. It's looking beautiful. Okay, guys. So what I will do now is we're gonna brush some of our sauce, okay, on the top. You can go ahead and use ketchup, and don't worry, I'm gonna go ahead and throw this out once I'm done. This is where I'm double dipping, guys. Okay. So you could put as much or as little. This is just a little sauce that I made. I made it with ketchup, some sugar, and the W sauce, guys. It's fabulous. You can just go ahead and just put ketchup or even barbecue sauce. Okay. So I'm gonna brush this on it, and the remainder, might end up using the whole thing. Because halfway through, I'm gonna brush a little bit more on it. All right, guys, so our oven is heating at 350. So we're gonna stick it in there. I'm gonna cook it until it's done. Okay, the internal temperature, I like to cook it at least at about 160. Okay, guys, so I'll come back and show you what it looks like. All right, guys, here is our fabulous meatloaf, guys. It is very, very, very tasty, guys. And it's also nice and moist and juicy. Until next time, please like, comment, and do not forget to subscribe.